Well, I'm Chris, and this is my vibrating air conditioner changing the plastic fan video. So this is a Kenmore Elite, but a lot of brands use the same fan and others will be similar. So let's turn this thing on. And in case you're not sure yet, your air conditioner starts making this noise and vibrating, that noise. And if you put your hand on it, you can feel it shake. 100%, no questions asked, it's gonna be that plastic fan. Turn the power off, you can just trip it. We're gonna have to pull the window unit completely out. So this is an 18,000, it's a big one, heavy one. Okay, so if you have carpets, you need to get some blankets and plastic to protect from water. This is just some bucket I have. And then a toolbox. We're gonna have to pull this big heavy thing out, and we need something that's almost level with it. Go ahead and get some towels ready because things can get wet. So this is the fan we're gonna be replacing. It has a little metal ring that does not come with it, so don't throw yours away. I'm also gonna show you how I've been rigging this thing up. The blade will come loose about once every 2 years. I've already pulled this thing out. I think I'm on number 5 now, and the blade has gotten so loose that now it cannot be tightened anymore. So we will be looking at that. Let me look. Hopefully we have the clip in here somewhere. I don't see it. It's just like a little round ring thing. It looks like it was supposed to come with it. There's a little baggie, but no ring. So I just spent about 5 minutes looking for this, and I actually found it in a box. So that's what it looks like. We are gonna need some pliers. So you're gonna need some strong pliers, channel locks, and Phillips screwdriver, maybe flathead. So just pull this off of your air conditioner, however it comes off. All right, go wash that off with a water hose. It's kind of sad because I don't even keep the screws in it anymore because it has to come out about every 2 years to fix this. Okay, unplug that. So yeah, things are dirty because I'm still working on this room, but look in there, and this one's been washed this recent summer. But if you have a whole bunch of dirt in there, pull that thing outside and wash it down with a water hose in case you don't know that. That can dramatically affect the way it cools. And don't be scared. Wash that whole freaking down. Spray it down for 15 minutes. Get every little grill on that and the back clean. You got to look for those secret safety screws. Sometimes they can be on the side, on the back, on the outside, on the top, little Phillips to keep somebody from stealing it. And pull this thing out. You have to pull this thing out. There's no getting around it. And notice our little table right here is just the right height. This thing is super duper heavy. If you've never done this before, take your time and be careful. Some of these edges right here, you will slice your hand right open on them. I'm not kidding. So the AC has to come all the way out, and you're gonna spin the butt around to where you can work on it. Oh God, it's dripping water. Look, awesome. So we did in fact spill water, so be careful if you're on carpet. This thing is balanced. Now we can work on it. So to change the fan out, we're removing all of this. We have to loosen this and pull it out. So we have the shroud screws. There's 3 on each side of this one. So now we need to get this piece loose so we can pull it out. There's 2 screws on this one. So on this shroud piece, there's 2 on the floor. So I just like to make a super long extension. So those align the shroud in the perfect position. So take those seriously, don't just break them out. Now all this should be loose. Separate it, this piece right here, carefully, just move it out of the way. So this is charged with gas Freon. Do not puncture this or move it too far. See it right there? If you puncture or break one of these lines, it's gonna spray coolant and it's not gonna be cool. It's dangerous. And I'm just showing you all this because you may wanna pay somebody to do it or do this outside. Don't bend it too far. It's balancing just fine. Now we can reach the fan. So this is my 5th or 6th time in this air conditioner. You can see the hose clamp on there, and that's why I had to buy a new fan because this one is so worn out. I tried wrapping the shaft with duct tape, but that didn't do anything. So we're talking about the hose clamp because this is how I fixed it 4 or 5 times, not sure. And it worked great for about a year. Okay, so just a thick hose clamp. And then this should just pull out. And I would go ahead and just set this back in there for right now. I had to buy a new one because This time it destroyed that part and it can no longer be used. This is the original clamp. The first time the blade got loose, I slid this over one way or the other, I don't remember, but that's all I did. It worked for about a year. The second time it got loose, this was no longer usable. I put this on and just snugged it up. So it came loose again, and I think I moved it in and tightened it more. And then the last time I tightened it as tight as I could. Lasted another summer, and then it got super loose, and now, and you can see this one's all mangled up, and it broke the fan. So this is no longer usable. Let's make sure we got the right fan. So this one clearly has numbers on it. They came right back as this one. This fan was a total of, I think, $69. Practice out here doing this because it can be super difficult to get some pliers on there. And that little ring goes on there like that. Once again, it kind of has a little stop. So since this ring came loose, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put more tension on it by squeezing it. Be super careful doing this. Tighten it, but don't break it. So get it started like that. Another thing, spin that shaft, make sure it's not bent. Looks fine. Another very important thing, that on that shaft they have a flat side for a set screw. We have a flat side right here. So mark that flat one right there. And make 100% sure that you understand what I'm talking about right now with that flat side, and mark it. Mark it all the way down. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you have that flat side on that flat side. Okay, the fan should bottom out or stop on its own. Push the fan down a little bit. Now you're gonna try to get that clip over. And you're gonna put that clip all the way like we looked at. See how it's all the way down? So now we can stick this back in, jiggle it around, and you're gonna have to realign your shroud. So double check and triple check that no lines are under this or in the wrong place. Everything sits down like it's supposed to. Once you feel somewhat comfortable, screw this piece back on. Before you screw anything down, that fan should spin. Make sure it's not hitting anything. Slowly and carefully screw everything back down, very carefully. Because what'll happen is you'll move it a little bit and then your fan will start hitting. Each time you screw something down, go ahead and move that fan a little bit. Spin the fan, everything looks good. Double check that you have that flat side on the flat side. Make 100% sure you got that flat side of that shaft right there on the flat side of the fan. Everything looks good. So what happens is these screws will strip, and when you're putting it back in, you can move it and your fan will start hitting. So take your time and put it back in super, super slow. I've done this before, stuck it in and the fan started hitting. So check that fan as many times as you can. Oh, that's a heavy boy. All right, got that heavy boy back in. Let me go wash this filter off. So there you go. AC is working perfect. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.